I'm Mary Frances McLaughlin. I help executive leaders left standing after an M&A reorg or layoff build what's next with people they can't afford to lose. That's the audience that I've worked with internal in organizations over my entire career. I've worked across nonprofit, government, higher ed, financial services, and healthcare. And one of the reasons the reasons I picked that market right now is a lot of executive leaders are having that experience where there's an organizational disruption of some type. And a lot of focus is put on the change event, and a lot of focus is put on people helping people who lose their jobs or exit as a result of that. What I have observed and also experienced personally as an executive leader is there's not nearly as much support for leaders who are the left behinds, as we used to refer to ourselves as, after those events. And
Mhm.
when I've socialized that with my network and I've talked to people about that, people's eyes light up and they are like, oh, I know somebody. And I did my research in the market. There are not a lot of people working in this space. So I chose to lean into where my expertise has been, where my own experience was, and where there is a market for what I have to offer. So I'm a very good coach. I know that about myself. I've been a coach for years. I do have individual clients, and um, I do a really good job of coaching them. What I'm terrible at, honestly, is closing a sale with a client, getting them to hire me. So I have clients mostly through referrals, individual clients, mostly through referrals and my network, and a lot of self-pay clients, leaders in a lot of cases, but um, I'm really good at getting those, but I'm not as good at getting the higher paying clients. I have a hard time closing a sale because I was an English major undergraduate, and all my degrees since then, I have a master's and a PhD, and none of it was around selling anything. I mean, I worked at a bank, but I was in HR. So I didn't have a clue how to do this, and I don't want to be salesy. My brother's a salesperson. I am not wired that way. I needed concrete tactics and skills and information on how to have the right kind of conversation and how to have the conversation in a way that when I walk away from that conversation, people are hiring me, or I'm really clear that they're not going to, and we're not going to waste anybody else's time. I do it in a nice way, but we're done. But I had no clue how to do that, and I really needed help. And I'll be honest, um, I've been to tons of these things. I launched my business a year and a half ago, and I've signed up for so many things over the last year and a half. Chris was the best person at doing that felt the least salesy and pressury. And his way of doing things was the way I wanted to be with my clients. If you think you need the help to get better at what Chris covers, um, I think this is a good place to get that. And I will say I'm definitely getting that support. And this was not an easy decision for me to commit to because I just did an executive coaching program that I paid for last year. Uh, this was a big commitment to myself and a big investment in myself that is definitely paying off. So I encourage you, if you want to make a good investment in yourself and your success on the other side of it, I think this program can get you there.